You're watching Capital Today. Now, the big question I'd like to ask of you, what does Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson and Michelle Wie have in common? That's right, if you're an avid golf enthusiast, it's all about golf. Now, golf today is no longer confined to the golf course. It has grown at a tremendous rate around the world, and as well as here in Malaysia, as there's a very, very strong golf following. Well, today we have a special guest who has taken golf into the World Wide Web or the Internet stratosphere. With that, I would like now to throw over to Shikin, who has with her Kamal A.Samad, CEO of KakiGolf.com. Shikin?
Today we have a very interesting person to talk to. Someone who's very well known in the golf field. So yeah, thank you for coming here, Encik Kamal.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, so maybe can you talk a little bit more about yourself,
okay, all right.
and how you come up with KakiGolf?
Okay. Basically, a few things I need to correct. Actually, I'm not that quite a well-known personality in the golf industry because I'm not basically a professional player.
Well, but there's a lot of users.
So basically, the interesting story about KakiGolf is how I started it. It's actually, it's basically, I did not start it out of wanting it to become a business entity, so to speak. It's because I started golfing quite late. I started basically golfing way back in 2007. And that's relatively a while back only. It was actually, I started KakiGolf out of passion. Okay. Because I was already in the online industry. I've been in the internet business since 1998.
Wow, so, one of the pioneers then.
Yeah, doing the first...
what were you doing back then?
We did a search engine actually. People that actually we could do it. We were actually at the same time when Chari.com.my was Catcha. So, but unlike them, we did it not because we wanted funding. We just did it because we wanted to do it. Yeah, just a testimony of fact that we are able to do it. And the thing is, Strawbox is still running until today, but it's basically more of an email, free email service provider. And then we started about 2 years later, way back in 1999, we started school2you.com, which was actually one of the few who started the online education for basically for school Malaysian school-going children. So it started from there. So 2007, I started KakiGolf.com. It was basically just online community for golfers to meet online, to talk about golf, and actually to exchange ideas about golf. So it started from there. And the thing is, if you're in the .com business, if you want to book a domain name, like say you want to book, like say Kaki something lah, it's not difficult. It's very difficult to get. So you may want to do Kaki Seni, Kaki Photo, Kaki Moto. It's not easy to get that domain name. So when I started playing golf, I searched the name KakiGolf. It was available. So basically that shows that basically there was a market for a golfing company online, golfing community online, because tak ada masa tu so I started a forum actually. So basically for golfers just like me yang baru main golf, yang nak cari orang untuk main golf sekali. Memang susah. If you're a golfer who just started, it's difficult for you to find other golfers like you to main sekali kan. So that's why I started KakiGolf. So it's snowballed from there. So right now KakiGolf we have about 14,000 members.
Yeah, and they're all active.
Not to say active, because when you talk about online, you're talking about the reach. So we have about 14,000 members, but we are, I can say we are one of the largest golfing, if not the largest, golfing community in Malaysia.
Well, what was the biggest challenge that you faced when trying to reach out to get users to enroll on your forum?
It's basically, it's quite challenging.
Yeah, because a lot of people now actually want to have an online forum or online business. What was your key challenge?
Actually, it's not like, because if you look at what we did basically, like, it's something that you do, that's something that people want. So basically, when we did KakiGolf, there was basically virtually no competitor lah. So basically, that was if you want to go online and basically you want to meet other golfers online, you have to go to KakiGolf.com. And being on an internet platform, it makes golfers easier to reach one another and to discuss basically real time, anytime, anywhere. So the biggest challenge is basically how do you attract traffic. But when I started, that was not on my mind. So because I did not start KakiGolf as a business punya entity, that was basically that was the furthest thing on my mind. Basically, I did it out of passion because of the love for the game. So basically, I guess that was the key important point that basically is snowballed. So eventually, it was like 1, 2, then it multiplied to 4, 10. Then we did activities offline, and that means we did gatherings, we did social events. So the word got spread, and then it snowballed until sekarang. And then another factor is the social media. I think Facebook played a very important role in actually pushing the growth of KakiGolf. Because KakiGolf as a forum will be just a dot in the whole network of all over the world. It's just one domain. So, but today if you key in KakiGolf in Google, it will go like KakiGolf, KakiGolf, KakiGolf. So basically our search engine optimization, I think, is ranked quite high. But Facebook, because Facebook is kat Malaysia ni, I think they've got about 13 million, if I'm not mistaken. 13 million users, and Malaysia punya internet penetration growth is among the highest. So I've actually capitalized on Facebook to actually, it's like casting a net, basically, so to speak. You cast a net, then you get the numbers. So and then you direct. It's some sort of a branding exercise for us. So basically, to get KakiGolf familiar among the golfing industries.
So the outreach of your users, are they mainly just in Malaysia, or do you have users outside?
I think when you talk about the internet, basically your presence will go global. In fact, we recently did a friendly golf tournament. We call it acara golf persahabatan antara KakiGolf Malaysia dengan Indonesia. We did it last month, and the turnout was quite good. And also our members, I think, 10-20% are actually not from Malaysia. Basically, most of them are basically from various regions, but mostly from Indonesia.
Yeah, and since it's an internet-based, KakiGolf.com, .my, sorry.
No, KakiGolf.com.
KakiGolf.com is actually an internet-based content.
Yes.
How do you actually target your content, especially you have different target areas?
They say basically, when you talk about web-based business, content is king. Okay? And content management is something which is very difficult to actually manage. Because satu, it has got to be constantly upgraded. It's got to be timely, you have to be very informative, it's got to be reliable, things like that. But that's why I chose forum as a base, as a starting point for my web presence, because then the content is actually provided by the users themselves. So you don't have to provide content. So the content will be provided by the users, like the members. They will post something, they will post and people will react, will comment, and then it goes on and on. So that creates, that means I don't have to worry about the content. What I need to do is basically to take care of the members, in terms of, because in terms of activities, in terms of how to think about getting them back to the website, and things like that, to make it interesting. So you have to create, because just being online alone would not work. And virtually, you may virtual, basically, then you will not know one another. You just know one another online. So to add spice to that, you must create activities. That means you create events, you create tournaments, you create activities, you create golf travels, things like that. And then you have, like now we do have our own magazine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have Majalah KakiGolf.
Is it online or?
No, it's conventional.
Conventional.
And the funny thing about KakiGolf, the business model when we started is not online, it's offline. But you get the numbers online, then you create activities that is offline. Yeah? That means still through conventional means that you have tournaments, you get sponsors for creating tournaments, things like that.
Yeah. But now that KakiGolf has a good forum base and user base, what do you foresee
Wow.
for the future for KakiGolf?
Wow, that's a big.
Are you planning to go
Yeah.
listing? Or
No.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
what's the future for KakiGolf?
oh, it's they say dreams are free.
Yeah.
So dream big lah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a lot because my vision for KakiGolf is basically to have multiple revenue streams. But the key thing about KakiGolf is still the membership base. Okay. So how do I benefit the members? That will be the most important question. As a member, you join KakiGolf, what do you benefit? Okay. So that will be the key thing, the first thing to do. But the revenue model, if you look in the future, then there's a lot. There will be broadcasting, there will be broadcasting publication, and there you have merchandising. You can have tournaments, events, and you can have membership. You can have online golf stores. So those are the various revenue streams for KakiGolf. But the first step I think that I would need to do is basically to provide benefits for the members, and that could be, I think that could be attained through having membership cards.
Okay.
That means membership model. But because we have the numbers, then we do have the leverage to go and see golf clubs, for example, or to go see retail outlets. That look, I've got this many members with me. So what sort of privilege can you give them? So that will be the first step. Then you can have also travels, golf travels, tournaments, which we've been doing. We'll be doing a lot of tournaments, event activities for the members. That is already ongoing. So the next phase will be, like I mentioned earlier, membership. Let's say if you join KakiGolf, you are privileged. That means you are able to play at certain golf clubs at a discounted rate, for example.
So now that you actually have a lot of membership, your members, do they pay on a monthly basis or one time? I mean, people would be very interested in how you generate revenue.
Funny thing, if you look at Google,
Google
is one of the, if not one of the biggest company. Just after, if you look after slightly more than 10 years, Google, in terms of profit, they've made more money than all the airlines companies combined in America, and all the car companies in America. But they are basically, their business model is basically giving away things for free. So how do they make money? So it's giving away free. It's free. It's free. But they are the most profitable company. So basically, the revenue model for online business not necessarily have to do with charging. So basically, what you can do is, I have, let's say, I plan to have, assuming I have to have, let's say, in 5 years' time, about 100,000 members. Probably to provide that, that means accessibility. Mungkin membership is free, but you can do privileges lah. That means out of the, let's say, assuming 14,000 members, and let's say I'm projecting about 100,000 members in 5 years' time. Maybe if you're an online member, you get certain privileges. But if you're a paying member, then you get more privileges and things like that. So it's not bukan satu benda yang dipaksa. That means my members have a choice. Assuming if I do events, contoh if you're not a member of KakiGolf, then you pay certain rates to join my event. If you're a member, a foreign member, or just a member, a non-paying member, but you're a registered member, you pay certain rates. But if you're privileged member, then you enjoy certain discounts. Because even at this point of time, I'm actually discussing with certain golf clubs in Indonesia and certain hotels in Indonesia to provide that kind of discounts for KakiGolf members.
Okay, that's very interesting then. Well, that's all the time we have for this FaceTime right now. But I believe I have another chance to speak to you.
All right,
later.
thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Encik Kamal, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
with us.
Yes.
Thank you. So now we're going for a commercial break. After that, come back to the studio. Thank you.